Hello students. In previous chapter we had discussed about working with Animate CC. Now in today's session I will explain you chapter 11 of your computer textbook, that is Introduction to HTML5. So first of all, let's take a view on the topics that we will discuss here. So in this chapter we will learn what is HTML, what are the tools that are used in HTML, how to create an HTML document, tags, elements and attributes, HTML document structure, common HTML elements, cascading style sheets, that is CSS, methods to applying CSS, and about the background properties. So starting with introduction. What is HTML and where it is used? The internet. It has become the vital part of our life. The internet presents information in the form of website. And these websites consist of millions of pages that are called web pages that contain text, graphic, video, audio and link of the other page, that is hyperlink. Maybe you have seen that when you open the page, some other links are open, and when you click on it, it will show the new page, that is called hyperlink. So have you ever wondered how these web pages are created and which language is used to write these web pages? Yes, HTML. HTML is the most widely used language to design the web content for the internet. So in this chapter, you will be introduced the basic of this technology. Okay, so first, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is a complete code package that allows the user to create web page that contain both text and graphics. So first, let's analyze the term HTML. It's for Hypertext Markup Language. We will differentiate into hypertext and then markup language. First, what is hypertext? Hypertext is a piece of ordinary text that has a special feature of linking the other documents or web page. So when you click on the hypertext, it will open a new web page. Now about markup language. It is a language that contains the special symbols that called tags to mark up the text document. It instructs the browser how to display the text, means it will show which part is the title of the document, which part is heading or subheading, or and so on. Okay. Difference is there that HTML is not a programming language, it is a markup language. So what is the difference between markup language and programming language? Programming language we use to do some tasks on website, and markup language is used to design the layout of the web page, means what are the appearance of that web page. Okay, for that we used markup language. So next is what are the tools used here. We require two basic tools to work with HTML document. First is HTML editor, second is browser. So for creating and saving the documents we need HTML editor, and for viewing the documents we need a browser. Okay, so HTML editor, there are mainly two types of editors that we can use. First is WYSIWYG, that stands for what you see is what you get. This type of web editor allow a developer to see what the end result will look like. Okay, while the document is being created, it will show the end result, that how it looks like. It contains the commands like for images, table, list, that will. Example of this type of editor are Adobe Dreamweaver, Amaya and Google Web Designer. Okay. Second type of editor is text editor. You can create a normal HTML document by using the simple text editor like Notepad or WordPad. And for this, you have a proper knowledge of HTML commands to develop web pages. So in today's session, we will use Notepad to create the HTML documents. Okay. Second tool is about the browser. Web browsers are used to view the HTML documents. So some commonly used web browsers are these: Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge and Opera. Okay, so these are the web browser. You can use any one of them to view your documents. Next is how to create an HTML document. For creating this, we will use Notepad. Okay. So for this, open the new Notepad, and how to open it? Click on the Start button, then All Program, Accessories, and then Notepad. Okay. After this, Notepad window will appear, and you have to type the HTML code. See, in image it will show the HTML code about the heading, title, then its body. I will show you later how to type it. Okay. After typing this code, for saving, click on the file, then save option. Mention the file name in file name text box. Okay, file name text box will appear. You will mention the name with extension .html. Okay, after that click on the save button. After creating the document, you need to view your document and how it appears. For this, you can use any of the web browser. Here I will open the Google. Enter the letter of your drive in which your HTML file is present. Then it will open. Press enter key. It will show the directions of the files. Click on the HTML file. Once you find the list, the file will display on your Chrome window. Clear? Now some tags, elements and attributes are the codes that create the HTML. So first, what are tags? Tags are the building block of web page. Means it contains the element which define how to information and web page is formatted or displayed. You can use not text also, like image, link, list. This also we will use. And text do not appear in browser window. It only affect the display of the text. Okay, it will not shown on the browser. It will only select the sequence of your text. Each text in the HTML has to follow the specific rules and syntax. One more thing is there that it is not a case sensitive. Case sensitive means, for example, if you are written tag name in uppercase or lowercase, will have the same effect. Okay. It begins with the less than sign and end with the greater than sign. See, one example is here. Syntax, all of you know that for writing the instructions are given here. Rules for writing the documents. For this, for example, I am writing for paragraph. For this we are using P symbol. Okay. So this P in between the less than and greater than sign, this is on tag or open. Then some text you have written. Then with the help of this backslash, this refers for off tag. On tag means you are starting your paragraph, that text you had written, and when you use the off tag, that is with backslash paragraph, it will close the text. Clear? Second is about elements. Elements consist of on tag, the content and off tag. Okay, it will contain the on tag means starting, open the documents, then content that you will write, and the off tag. So element is basically of two types: container elements and empty element. Container elements, it includes both on and off tag, whereas empty element, it contains only on tag. Okay, for example, for writing text bold, you have to display the B in between that greater and smaller sign, then writing the text, and then close that off tag also. Whereas in empty tag, you will just write the BR in between the greater and smaller text, and it breaks the line and display the text from the next line. Okay, so for empty element you don't need for off tag, it's only function with on tag. Clear? Next is about attributes. Attributes is the property that provide the additional information about the HTML and it enhances its function, that it consists of two parts, name and value. Name and value means, suppose for example I am writing HR width, means horizontal width is equal to 50%. I am defining the name, that is width, and its value 50%. Okay, so it consists of two parts, name and the value. Some rules are here for writing HTML codes. First, tags and attributes are not case sensitive. Means whether you are writing head in uppercase or head in lowercase, both have the same meaning. However, we are using always lowercase. Second, container tag should always be closed because an unclosed tag can lead to the undesired result. If you are writing the paragraph and you had opened that tag, you have to close it. Okay. Next, value given to the attribute should be enclosed within the quotes, especially if the value contain any blank space. Means if you are writing the 50%, that value of the width, it should be enclosed in the quotes. Attributes are case sensitive. Okay, three elements are there: tags, elements and attributes. Tags and attributes are not case sensitive, but their values are case sensitive. Okay, see example is here. For paragraph and bold it is given. You had open it, writing P and B, then hello. See, first you have written P, then you have written B. So first you have to close the B, then you have to close the main document of the paragraph, that is P. So first one is incorrect because in starting it has closed the paragraph. Okay, the correct method is you have to follow the sequence of it. Next is, tag name should not contain any space. Means if you are writing body, you have to write body without any space. There is no space between the open tag, means that is greater than sign and less than sign. There is no space in between them. Some elements are given here. For paragraph we are using P. For heading we are using H1. H1 I had written here for main heading. Then you can write like H1, H2, H3, H4. It will display the text in the largest size, mainly for the heading, and then it will, for the lower or subheading, it will decrease the size. So H1, H2 for that. Horizontal HR, centering center, bold B, italic I, and line break PR. Means if you want to write from the next line, you will use in between that text BR. If you want to write the text in italic, you have to write I. Clear? So these are the elements, a text you can use. Now I'm going use the notepad in Windows just to demonstrate how easily you can create the HTML documents. Hopefully by the end of this you will get a good knowledge of HTML works. So here see, so you got a blank document here. So first tag you need in HTML is simply the HTML tag. The most tag in HTML needs opening and closing tag. First one is opening, second one is closing, that we are using the backslash. Okay, in between these symbols, then down the closing tag, that HTML with backslash. So everything in this particular HTML document now go in between these tags. So I'm gonna use tags between these HTML tags. opening and closing head tag, that is for heading. Then body tag. Okay, so this simply the basic structure of HTML file, that heading, body and the closing of the HTML. Now I will show you some vital basic tags. Okay, so now for the head section, you will display the information about the page. Okay, and in body section, the content will display. So starting with the head tags, head section, all we need here for now is a title. So I am gonna using hello world. For example, I am using here hello world title for this. For title also you need this open and close. See here I am writing hello world. So if you save this now, let me show you. If you save this now, it will ask for an HTML file. You can change file name with the extension .html. Then open a web browser. We would get a blank page. Here I am opening a web browser. It will show with the blank page with hello world in the title bar. See here it will show hello world in the title bar. Okay, so now here in next slide I will show you after the body. See, now we want to add some content of the page. So where we will write content? In between the body section. Usually the first thing we will write is H1, that is for heading, the biggest heading. It simply increase the font size. It has open and close tag. When after that H1 you have H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, which can small each time. Okay, so H1 would be the main heading, then you will use H2, H3, H4 and so on. For example, I am writing here for heading hello world. Okay. Now we keep switching into the Internet Explorer so you can see. Now we have the heading hello world. Okay. So after the heading you want some text, maybe a paragraph. So the P tag, that of course for the paragraph, this is also open and close tag, P for paragraph. So we could do that. If we save it, refresh the page, we get a paragraph text. Okay. So because we are use the paragraph text, the web browser automatic set the line spacing. See, if you want another paragraph, it would simple as adding the more P tags. And then if I just do that, you see just another paragraph, again it adjusts the line spacing. You can add the images also for here. Clear about this? How to create it? Okay. Now some methods are there. First we will see what are cascading style sheets. That means CSS. It provides a set of style rules for defining the layout of the HTML documents. It controls the color of the text, style of the font, line spacing between the paragraph, size and layout of the documents. Background images also. So what are the benefits of using CSS? It controls the layout that in the form of one single sheet. It is more precise to control the layout. It applies different layout to different media types, that is screen or print, and it is more advanced option and techniques. So first we will see the terminology that is for CSS. First is property. It defines how the different elements look on the web page. For example, font, family, color, background, border. All are the example of properties. If I am selecting the font, then I have to define the which font I am using. Color, which color, background, what kind of background, and border, about the border. So these are the properties that show the how the elements look like. Second one is value, that appears immediately after the colon. That, for example, if I am writing font family, then colon, Arial or Times. Okay. Next is declaration. Declaration means you have to show to computer that for the body, if you had selected font, then colon, their value Arial. So it is easy for computer to select the font according to your choice. Next is about selector. Selector is the part of CSS that selects which element to target the property. For example, if you want to change the behavior of HR, that is horizontal width, then we will use HR and then select the value of the width. Let me show you. See rules. H1, I am selecting the selector that I am using these properties for H1 means main heading. Property color. Color I had selected and its value blue. Then second property I had selected font size and its value 20 pixel. Okay. So these are the rules for writing HTML layout. Now what are the methods to apply this CSS? Mainly three methods: inline, internal and external. First is inline attributes. Simple. You can write the body section, its value in one line only. Suppose in example I have written here HR means horizontal, width 50%, height 100, background color blue. Means in one line I had selected all the properties by using semicolon. Okay. Second one is internal. What is mean by internal? It is the limited to the element. Means first you will select the HTML, then heading, style, then you will write about the horizontal that we had selected 50%, height 5% and background color blue. Then you will close the sequence. First you will close the style, then you will close the headings, then you will close the body, then HR, then body, then finally HTML. Okay, so it has a specified rule for using this. Next is about external. Simply the file text with the extension .css. So it contains the two files. One file contains the style code and the other file contains the HTML code. So let us use the style sheets on the various properties. Background properties. These are the properties that you can use as a background: color, image, position, repeat and attach that you want to attach here. See, first one is about using background color. Simple syntax, a rule is there. You have to write background color and its value. Suppose I had selected background color yellow, then it will display in yellow color. Okay. Simply whatever you want to change the color. I had selected here to change the color of body. So in body section I had written the syntax for using this property and its value. If you want to change in this heading, you will write in heading section. Okay. Next is about background image. Suppose you want to add any background image in your text. in body section only, you will write background image and URL, and you will select the image from your desktop or from internet, then player. Next is background position. This is important. That where you want to display. Three types are there. XPOS and YPOS, means horizontal and vertical position. In vertical you want to show, or in horizontally you want to show. XPOS you will show in left, center or right, and YPOS will show on the top, center and bottom. Okay. Next is about background repeat. If you write background repeat value, means if you had selected no repeat, means image will not repeat. If you had selected repeat X, means repeat it horizontally. Repeat Y, repeat it vertically. And repeat means the image will repeat it in both directions. So you have to show whether you want to repeat the background or not. Okay. Next is about attachment. You have to attach any image in your background, or make the scroll when the user scroll the rest of the page, it will show that attachment. Same process in body, background image, you will select your attachment and it will show. Okay. So that's all about HTML. I hope you all get it very well. You can try this by yourself in Notepad. Okay. Thank you.